Okay. But you can see me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you know what? We gonna work it. I can't see you, but I can hear you, and so I know what your beautiful face feels like. So I'm just gonna keep it pushing.
Okay.
One thing I don't let happen is any distractions, because distractions mean we trying to get a word out and it's not trying to happen. But we gonna do it. So how are you feeling today?
I am doing amazing. How are you?
I am doing really, really good. We in here, so I'm glad to thank you. And Drama says she can see us both, so that's good. So long as the replay that both of us can be seen and the word can be out. So what you missed before you came on, and I was just letting everybody know this is the I Choose Me takeover, and this is the third one for May. We had Coach Anissa, then we had Robin, and now we got you on the scene. I chose you because flourishing into your greatness is what you wanted to talk about. And I think this is going to be a word for some people. You have a strong testimony, and I just want to jump right into this thing and not waste too many people's time, because I know it's lunchtime in the streets. So tell people who you are and what do you do, my dear?
Okay. I am Kendra J. I am the founder and CEO of Kendra J Solutions, where I help women entrepreneurs create planners, journals, and devotionals that align with their brand,
Mm-hmm.
creating more credibility and another stream of income for their business.
I love all that. If you
I
see me looking over, I take notes here. So if y'all see me looking over, I'm taking my notes. Okay. So I told the people why I chose this topic, but when I asked you what did you want to speak about, this is what you said. So give the people why you feel this is a very important topic to talk about in relationship to I Choose Me, talking about flourishing into your greatness.
okay, so I've been through my fair share of life experiences, and I feel that at the forefront of all of that is the feeling of being worthy, um, and having that confidence and the audacity to just be yourself. And so when you think about I choose me, essentially you're thinking about all of that: my worth, my self-awareness, my um, allowing myself or giving myself permission to be who I am. And for much of my life, I've struggled with that. Just being who I was, trying to hide the unique characteristics of myself, and shying away from that. So stepping into who I am and choosing myself was the best thing that ever happened to me. And that didn't come without some struggle though.
Mm. I think for the people who are watching and people who are going to watch this on the replay, it's very important that a lot of people struggle with authenticity. That was me too. I believe that unworthiness, and I think that also is in alignment of why I chose you for this, because I Choose Me has so many layers to it, but most of the time you don't get to choosing yourself until you've been someone else, meaning being a chameleon, not accepting your uniqueness, not being vulnerable, not thinking you're enough. So I think this topic that you chose is going to be for the people. So thank you so much for that. So I normally ask people, what is their word of the year? What is yours?
My word for the year is consistency.
Oh, I like that. Tell me more.
I chose the word consistency because sometimes I get in those routines of kind of doing everything and not finishing anything. So I start a lot of things, but not really
Completion.
necessarily see it all the way through. And so this year, I wanted to just be more consistent. Actually, finish the things that I start. And so yeah, that's why I chose consistency.
I love consistency because consistency is hard. It's easy to start, but it's hard to keep going. Maintenance is hard. I remember my mom used to be like, it's easier if you just go ahead and do maintenance instead of keep starting all over from the beginning. And I think some people feel that to see maintenance is very important to maintain relationships, to maintain a lot of things, your health, all that. It's easier if you maintain it than it is to start and stop. But I do believe also there is important times of rest. Because see, I'm out there and I know you enough now where I could be like, girl, we be out here hitting the ground running. And so rest is very important in that too. So I think some people struggle with rest because they think that's a sign of quitting or not being consistent, but that's not always true. So I really love that word for you. And I think
Thank
that's
you.
a good word for a lot of people. Now with consistency, that's me in social media. Now that's a struggle point, but she out here trying every time, girl. This live give me trouble every single time. And I'm like, we just gonna keep going. My word of the year is expansion. So people who have been following the I Choose Me movement know that my year for 2024 has been expansion. Anything I've been doing that God sets forth in my path that's for me, I'm going to put it as far as into expansion. So I am grateful that you're sharing this space with me because that's a form of expansion. My book is a form of expansion and just telling my testimonies. Thank you for also purchasing the book. So you told me a little bit about what I Choose Me means to you, but have you ever felt lost in life or love?
Absolutely. I don't even know which experience to really share, but the biggest
Well, it's
one.
motherhood. So why don't we jump on motherhood?
Okay.
It's all the people in this lineup is moms. We just had Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to you. And so I think that'll help someone.
Okay. So I actually have a very unique story with that kind of aligns with motherhood. Um,
Okay.
my my son's father and I were having some hard times, and it was probably one of the darkest moments of my life. And I haven't really shared this a lot, but I'll be talking about this more this weekend, actually. But um,
We'll be together.
I was in a domestic situation, um, and it was at that moment, that last altercation, it happened in front of my son, and that was the moment that I chose me. And it was it was a lot. It was um, a lot of healing, a lot of forgiving myself for things, a lot of forgiving other people for things. But my son was my saving grace in all of that. And so
Mhm.
um, it's actually funny because I have this tattoo that kind of symbolizes um, everything that I went through and the strength of coming out of it. And right there is his little footprint. And so, yeah, that was in that moment being able to say, this is no longer for me. I deserve better than this. I'm going to have better than this, and I choose me.
Mm. Got me teary there. Because a lot of people can feel that. And two, I want to thank you for your vulnerability. It's kind of funny because we will be together this weekend speaking about Worthy, shouting out She Wins Society. But my topic is the power of vulnerability. So this was right in alignment with why I feel vulnerability is so important because we no longer suffer in silence when we could talk about things from a safe place. Like I feel this is a safe space that we are helping women. And so I commend you on vulnerability. I was one where I wasn't very vulnerable. And I think for me, that's why I talk about this in the book is vulnerability saved me, but it's messy and there's blessings in it. And so I commend you right now on that. But this also gave me confirmation about what I'm going to be speaking about as a speaker at the Worthy Conference. But I know you're going to be talking about this as well on your session. So I thank you for sharing that. You just freed somebody. And I love how you have like a tattoo. I can't physically see you, so it's crazy that I can't see you right now. But your tattoo like a memory. Sometimes you need something to focus on, and I do believe sometimes your kids can be that person for you. Like my son was for me, and some of the dark things that I was going through that I talk about with my divorce, and I talk about with my health problems and all that type of stuff. Sometimes your kids are the ones that water you when you don't want to keep going, when you are tired. So I love that you have a memento to keep you going. So that's so good. Let's keep pushing, girl. You got me teary-eyed up in here. Um, what's one thing you would go back and tell your younger self related to that?
Oh, this one is good for me. This one is always good for me because I write myself a letter every year on my birthday. And it actually started that year that I
Mhm.
decided to choose me. I wrote a letter and said, um, basically, you are free to be you. Do not shy away from your gifts. God has designed you uniquely to be who you are, and don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to stand alone. Um,
Mm. About to make me cry on here.
I'm
That
sorry.
that is so good.
um, but be you. Be happy.
Mm.
Full of life, full of love, full of joy, and never let anyone take that from you.
Mm. I did the first I Choose Me I did with Coach Adia, and we talked about the power of joy. And it's so hard to have joy when you are going through all those things. But I also too like writing letters back to myself, and it's so good when you can look back and see how far you come. And I love how you do it every year on your birthday. It just kind of seals the deal that each year you're a new person and you are affirming yourself in the future, because how we talk to ourselves, you know, I talk about sexy talk.
Yes,
How you
ma'am.
talk to yourself, you know, I'm big on sexy talk. So to me, that's like you writing in your letter, your sexy talking, holding yourself accountable, because how you talk to yourself is how you talk to others. And even for us being mothers and having families, like when we are good, they are good. So really how we deal with ourselves is really how it's going to show up. So I love that letter thing. I'm writing notes. So I hope people are taking this in. What are 3 tips you would give my tribe and your tribe on your journey with choosing themselves, and also your topic of flourishing into your greatness?
Choose yourself every day.
Okay.
Um, give yourself permission to show up as you, even when you're scared, and
Mm.
to know your worth.
Say
And
number 2 again, because that one's getting ready to be for somebody. The one about permission. Say that one more time for the
to
person in the
give,
back.
to give yourself permission to show up as you, even when you're scared.
Mm. Fear shocks people. I was one. That's why I'm a self-belief coach as well. And that's the first part of my framework. And it's moving out of comfort zones, becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable. A lot of times we don't do vulnerability. We don't think we're worthy because it's the fear. And so when you could push past fear and face that thing, because sometimes, like I said, this expansion thing for me is, listen, I'm out here stretching like a full rubber band. But I'm out here facing it through fear. You know what I mean? And so when you could just give yourself permission, oh, they putting it in the chat, give yourself permission to show up. That's a good one. That's a real good one. And choosing yourself. I'm writing these notes down. And then I want you to tell me number 3 again. I'm
Number
sorry.
3 was to know your worth. Know
Mm,
your worth and add tags. Because if you know who you are, then nothing or anyone can shake
mm, 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 mm. Whew. This conversation has been so good. I know it's lunchtime. I know people are busy at work. I believe this replay is going to be for some key people. I appreciate your vulnerability. I appreciate you sharing this space with me. I know it's going to be more to come for us. That's all I got for that. I want to remind people that this is all based off my self-published book, I Choose Me, The Intentional Guide to Never Losing Yourself Again. It's available on my link in bio at buyichoosemebook.com. The testimonials have been great. People have added it to their church reading group. Look at that. And the women have been serving me, and the testimonies have been great, which lets me know that my vulnerability is helping people. And And I want people to understand that choosing yourself is not selfish, it's selfless, and that just keep trying. The 3 tips that she said again, but number 2 is just sticking out with me. Permission to show up is so good. So I hope you guys learned something from that. Coach Kendra, I want you to tell people how they can find you. What are you doing in the streets? What activities or services you have? How can people connect with you?
So you can follow me on IG at Kendra J Solutions. I also have Facebook at Kendra J Solutions. I do have, I'm wearing my shirt right now. It's She is Confident, I Am Her.
Mm-hmm.
And then also have the Walking in Confidence journal. It's a 21-day self-reflective journal to help you unleash the confidence within you. I am speaking this weekend at the Still Worthy Virtual Summit with She Wins. So if you have not gotten your ticket for that, go run over there and get that. That's going to be some good conversations, some good topics.
You got people saluting your journal in there. They said awesome journal. So yeah.
I'm also right now I am doing journal curation. So if you are an entrepreneur and you are in need of services as far as creating your journal, maybe you don't know where to start or you need help publishing, I can help you with that. And I think that's about it.
Listen, that's a lot. You got a lot going on here. I'm so proud of you for doing that, as far as coming on live and then just being vulnerable the way you are. And is there anything else you want to tell the tribe before we get right in this live?
I don't think so. I really appreciate you for reaching out to me to do this. If you didn't know, this is probably one of my least favorite things to do is being on camera. But I am coming out of that. So I really
we giving permission to what? Just do this thing through. We just on here.
Yes. So I'm being consistent. I'm showing up as me. And yeah.
I love all this. Thank you everybody who tunes in now and who will watch this on the replay. Please make sure to check out Coach Kendra with her journal, her journaling services. And also she says she has a t-shirt. I might have to look into the t-shirt. I can't see it, but when I look for the replay, I'm gonna look at the t-shirt. And that's pretty much all we have. I want you guys to remember to choose yourself more. I want you guys to have a great May. And like she said, we both will be speaking at the She Wins Worthy conference this weekend. So if you are interested, please shoot over to SheWinsSociety.com and join us because it's going to be some dope topics. I saw some of the other speakers in our live. Trey was on there, Andromeda and some other ones. So it's definitely going to be full of women serving the streets on multiple topics that impact us in womanhood and in life. So we're going to get ready to sign this one out. Coach Kendra, thank you again. And I will see you guys on the next one this weekend. We got Coach Camille and Candace this weekend. And then we'll be closing out the May I Choose Me. I'm so excited. But you guys have been rocking with me. So we're going to close this out. Coach Kendra, I'll see you on the flip side, okay?
Bye.
Bye.